Title: The Enigma Unveiled, Nietzsche and the Death of God. A bustling coffee shop filled with customers enjoying their drinks. Sophia, a young and curious woman, sits at a table, engrossed in a book about philosophy. Suddenly, a mysterious stranger, adorned in a stylish suit, appears next to her. Mysterious stranger, smiling, Nietzsche and his provocative ideas. Quite the mind-bender, wouldn't you say? Sophia, surprised, who are you? Mysterious stranger, a twinkle in the eye, consider me your guide through the labyrinth of Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophy. Let's embark on an intriguing journey. Int. Library Day. Sophia and the mysterious stranger find themselves amidst towering bookshelves, lined with philosophical works. Mysterious stranger, pointing, behold, the enigma himself, Friedrich Nietzsche. Sophia spots Nietzsche's iconic mustache on the book covers. Sophia, curiosity piqued, tell me, what did Nietzsche mean by God is dead? Mysterious stranger, chuckling, that famous phrase. Nietzsche wasn't proclaiming the literal death of God, but rather the decline of religious authority and traditional values in society. Cosmic space, day, visualization. Sophia and the mysterious stranger float through a cosmic dreamscape. Mysterious stranger, grinning, picture this, Nietzsche believed that as humans embraced reason and scientific advancements, they would question the old certainties, including religious beliefs. He urged us to create new values based on personal growth and self-determination. Sophia, intrigued, so, God is dead symbolizes the liberation to find our own meaning in life? Mysterious stranger, nods, exactly. Nietzsche challenged us to become Übermensch or superhumans by breaking free from societal constraints and embracing our own potential. Coffee shop day. Sophia and the mysterious stranger return to the coffee shop, minds buzzing with Nietzschean ideas. Sophia, excitedly, thank you. Nietzsche's concept of God is dead is not about despair, but about the power of individuality and the freedom to create our own values. Mysterious stranger, smirking, you've grasped the essence, Sophia. Nietzsche's philosophy invites us to question, to dare, and to shape our own destinies. They exchange smiles and part ways, Sophia inspired to embark on her own journey of self-discovery. Friedrich Nietzsche, a prominent German philosopher of the 19th century, is widely regarded as one of the most influential thinkers in Western philosophy. His profound insights and radical ideas have left an indelible mark on various disciplines. Nietzsche's philosophical works continue to captivate scholars and readers alike, challenging conventional wisdom and offering a different perspective on human existence, morality, and the nature of truth. In this concise exploration, I will attempt to explain two of Nietzsche's popular ideas, aiming to provide a glimpse into the rich tapestry of his philosophical thought. Nietzsche's intellectual landscape is vast and complex, characterized by his piercing critique of traditional values, his exploration of the human condition, and his prophetic vision of a new era of human potential. His philosophy confronts the predicament of nihilism, a state in which people find themselves disenchanted with the traditional values and beliefs that once provided meaning and purpose. Central to Nietzsche's thought is the idea of eternal recurrence, which challenges our conventional understanding of time and existence. According to Nietzsche, if everything we experience were to recur endlessly, with every detail exactly the same, how would we choose to live our lives? It's a profound idea that forces us to confront our deepest desires, fears, and regrets, compelling us to live authentically and passionately in each moment. In his analysis of human nature, Nietzsche introduces the dichotomy of the Dionysian and Apollonian forces. The Dionysian represents primal instincts, chaos, and ecstasy, while the Apollonian symbolizes rationality, order, and beauty. Nietzsche argues that a harmonious balance between these opposing forces is necessary to flourish human creativity and vitality. He observed that when we embrace our irrational impulses and our capacity for reason, we can achieve a more holistic understanding of ourselves and the world. Another significant concept Nietzsche presents is the last man, a symbolic figure representing the ultimate decline of humanity. The last man embodies mediocrity, conformism, and a desire for comfort and security at the expense of individual greatness and self-transcendence. Nietzsche warns against the dangers of settling for a life of complacency, urging us to strive for greatness and embrace the challenges that accompany a life of authenticity and self-overcoming. "Call me whatever you like, I am who I must be," says Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche's writings invite us to embrace the complexities and uncertainties of existence, urging us to live passionately and authentically in the face of a world that often seems devoid of objective meaning. God is dead is paradoxical. One of Nietzsche's central ideas is the concept of the death of God, which encapsulates his view that traditional religious beliefs and moral frameworks no longer hold sway over modern society. This idea is central to Nietzsche's philosophical work and appears in several of his writings, particularly in his book Thus Spoke Zarathustra. He famously proclaimed God is dead in his 1882 book The Gay Science. "God remains dead. And we have killed him," he said. Before Nietzsche said, "God is dead," he wrote in The Gay Science, "All of us are his murderers." But how did we do this? How could we drink up the sea? Who gave us the sponge to wipe away the entire horizon? What were we doing when we unchained this earth from its sun? Whither is it moving now? Whither are we moving? Away from all suns? Are we not plunging continually? Backward, sideward, forward, in all directions? Is there still any up or down? Are we not straying, as through an infinite nothing? Do we not feel the breath of empty space? He argues that the death of God and the erosion of absolute truths have left humanity adrift in a world devoid of objective meaning. In response to this crisis, Nietzsche proposes re-evaluating our values, urging us to embrace life's inherent uncertainty and create their own subjective truths. When Nietzsche declares that God is dead, he is not making a literal statement about the demise of a deity. Instead, he addresses the decline of religious faith and the diminishing influence of traditional religious beliefs in Western society. The belief in authority is the source of conscience, which is therefore not the voice of God in the heart of man, but the voice of some men in man, says Nietzsche. Nietzsche argues that with the advancement of science, secularization, and the rise of rationality, people have gradually lost their faith in religious and metaphysical foundations. He criticizes the reliance on religious dogma to provide meaning, purpose, and values for life, advocating for a good life based on individual will and creativity. Nietzsche called for the revaluation of all values and the creation of new, life-affirming values based on individual freedom and self-overcoming. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know, and those who want to believe, says Nietzsche. Nietzsche did not mean that God literally died. He meant the belief in God had lost its power over people's lives because the rise of science and reason has led to a decline in religious faith. The horrors of the 19th century, such as the French Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars, have led many people to question the existence of a benevolent God. But the death of God has had a profound impact on Western culture. It has led to a crisis of meaning as people struggle to find new ways to make sense of the world. In the past, people believed that God was the ultimate authority and that he had a plan for the world. It gave people a sense of purpose and meaning. But in the modern world, people are increasingly skeptical of religious beliefs. They no longer see God as a necessary part of their lives. The death of God has several implications. First, it means people are now free to create their own meaning in life. There is no longer an external authority to tell them what is right and wrong. Second, it means that people are now responsible for their actions. They cannot blame God for their mistakes or misfortunes. Third, it means that people must find new ways to cope with the challenges of life. They can no longer rely on religion to provide comfort and support. Nietzsche argues that the death of God is a liberating one. It frees people from the shackles of religious dogma and allows them to create their own lives on their own terms. When he provocatively proclaimed that God is dead, he added that humanity must confront the void left in the wake of this loss. Nietzsche challenged the prevailing notions of objective truth and moral absolutes, urging people to embrace their subjective perspectives and create their own values. The Übermensch, a symbol of self-discovery. Nietzsche's philosophy also delves into the idea of the Übermensch or the overman in his book Thus Spoke Zarathustra. The Übermensch is often translated, can also be understood, as beyond man or overhuman. It represents the ideal human being who rises above societal conventions and limitations, embracing personal power, creativity, and self-affirmation. It represents a rejection of objective morality and the notion of a fixed human nature. Nietzsche argued that people are capable of defining their own purpose without the influence of religion and social norms. This process of self-creation and self-affirmation allows people to transcend the limitations of conventional morality and become the architects of their own existence. The Übermensch is seen as a symbol of self-discovery because Nietzsche believed people have the capacity to rise above the constraints imposed by religion, societal conventions, and the herd mentality. He encouraged people to embrace their unique potential and pursue a path of self-overcoming, where they would go beyond their current limitations and strive for personal growth and excellence. According to Nietzsche, the Übermensch is a creative, life-affirming individual who is not afraid to take risks and live life to the fullest. The expectations of others do not bind them, and they are free to pursue their unique path. He saw the Übermensch as a way for humans to overcome their current conditions' limitations and create a better future for themselves. Meaning and morality of one's life come from within oneself. Healthy, strong individuals seek self-expansion by experimenting and by living dangerously. Life consists of an infinite number of possibilities, and the healthy person explores as many of them as possible. Religions that teach pity, self-contempt, humility, self-restraint, and guilt are incorrect. The good life is ever-changing, challenging, devoid of regret, intense, creative, and risky, says Nietzsche. The Übermensch seeks to transcend the limitations imposed by traditional morality and establish a new code of values based on individual excellence and self-mastery. Nietzsche criticized traditional morality, religion, and the prevailing values of his time, which he believed were based on a slave mentality. He argued that these values hindered the development of exceptional people who could rise above societal norms and conventions. The Übermensch represents a new kind of individual who creates their values and lives according to their own self-defined purpose. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself, Nietzsche said. The Übermensch is characterized by strength, creativity, self-mastery, and the ability to embrace life's challenges with a sense of affirmation. Nietzsche saw the Übermensch as a figure of great potential for the future of humanity, someone who could lead us beyond the limitations imposed by existing moral, religious, and cultural frameworks. The Übermensch is not a perfect being. They are still capable of making mistakes and experiencing suffering. However, they are different from ordinary people because they are not afraid of these things. They embrace life in all its fullness, good and bad. They are also not afraid to take risks and to create their own destiny. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering, Nietzsche said. Nietzsche's writings are complex and open to multiple interpretations, so the concept of the Übermensch continues to be a subject of debate and discussion in philosophy.